One of the biggest problems with modern movement and exercise is that many people move in extremely controlled, repetitive ways all day long. And then we wonder why our bodies struggle with real life. And that's because real life is not controlled. Real life is variable. Now, don't get me wrong. Controlled exercise absolutely has value. Strength training matters. Walking matters. Yoga and Pilates, they matter. But human bodies and nervous systems were designed for more than repetitive movement in perfectly predictable environments. And honestly, I think this matters more and more as we age. Modern life has become incredibly controlled physically. We sit in supportive chairs. We walk mostly on flat surfaces. We stare straight ahead. We repeat the same movement patterns over and over again. And many of us spend far too much time sitting at desks, in cars, on couches. You get what I'm saying. The point is, there's not much movement variability there either. And while convenience certainly has its benefits, our bodies and brains still need opportunities to adapt, to coordinate, to stabilize, to react, and explore movement variability. Because humans are incredibly adaptable creatures, but adaptability has to be practiced. You may have heard my treadmill story in my last video, but I'll use that example again because it works. So just a little quick recap. Apparently, I can't just do what people do on a treadmill. I add balance challenges, different arm movement patterns, gaze shifts, different step patterns, and coordination work. I recently realized that I've instinctively been adding functional movement into my workouts forever. Not because I had some fancy system for it, although maybe I accidentally did, but because my body naturally craved movement variability. You see, real life requires us to move in changing environments. We turn our heads, we react, we carry things, we shift directions, we adjust to uneven terrain, which means that our bodies and our nervous systems need opportunities to practice those things. Now, one of the most amazing things about the human nervous system is that it learns through experience. When we expose ourselves to slightly different movement challenges, balance improves, coordination improves, reaction ability improves, and confidence improves. The body becomes more adaptable. But when movement becomes overly narrow and predictable, we can slowly lose some of those capacities over time. And I truly think this is one of the reasons some people are surprised when ordinary life activities suddenly begin to feel difficult. Because someone can technically exercise regularly, but still struggle with walking confidently on uneven ground, with carrying awkward loads, with turning quickly, with getting up and down off of the floor, with reacting to a loss of balance, and with navigating unpredictable environments. See, that's not failure. It's simply a sign that the body may need broader movement experiences. As I've gotten older, I've become increasingly aware that healthy aging is about so much more than appearance or fitness trends. It's about maintaining the ability to participate 100% in your life. And honestly, at 55, this has become even more meaningful to me. I'm not interested in becoming more fragile with age, but I am very interested in building strength, resilience, mobility, coordination, balance, adaptability, and confidence. And I think confidence is a really important part of this conversation. Not just confidence in how we look, that's great, but confidence in how we move through the world. The kind of confidence that it takes to keep exploring life without worrying about feeling fragile or hesitant. That's a very different goal than chasing fitness perfection. And this is one of the big reasons I'm so passionate about functional movement. Not because I think movement needs to look fancy or complicated, but because I think movement should help prepare us for life, for living, for adapting, for participating. Keep in mind that exercise is not the goal. Exercise is the practice to live your life. And one of the best things about functional movement is that it's adaptable. It doesn't have to look extreme or complicated to be meaningful. For one person, functional movement might mean rebuilding balance after years of inactivity, practicing getting up and down from the floor, improving walking confidence, carrying groceries more comfortably. For someone else, it might involve hiking, strength training, dynamic balance work, more athletic movement challenges. The goal here isn't to force everyone into the same type of movement. The goal is to help build greater capacity to live their life. And no, this doesn't mean you need circus tricks or complicated workouts. Sometimes it's small things, like using your core to sit up in bed instead of pushing off with your arms, like practicing balance while brushing your teeth, like getting up and down from the floor more often, like carrying groceries without immediately reaching for a shopping cart, like rotating your body more intentionally, like looking around while you walk instead of staring at your feet. Little moments of movement variability add up over time because your body was designed for more than just rigid repetition. It was designed to adapt. So if this functional movement approach resonates with you, make sure you subscribe because we're going to keep building on these ideas in future videos. And I'd truly love to hear from you. What's one real life activity you'd like to continue doing confidently as you age? Drop it in the comments below. I'll see you next time.